Alright folks, so quite a bit of roleplay coming up here. Not roleplay, but lore. We're going to be fighting Genichiro. I'll let it all play out. And then I'll explain the fight and everything before we get into it.
Lord Ishines. It's a wonder he is still with us. A miracle.
Is that so? Divine Heir, I'll ask you once more. Accept me to your immortal oath.
I cannot do that, Lord Genichiro. Your victory that day means nothing. He will risk his life to take me home. For he is my shinobi.
My lord, I have come for you.
Enter Wolf.
This will only take a moment.
See, if you notice, he puts his hand on the sword a lot smoother than the first cutscene. It's because he's much more adept.
For as long as you are alive, the dragon's blood can never be mine.
Face me.
Alright, so Genichiro. Sorry to pause, but just want to explain. I put a video up on how to defeat Genichiro. It's just kind of like a boss rush. There's no commentary or anything, just kind of how to do it. But that was on a little bit harder of a difficulty. So basically, what you're going to want to do with Genichiro is always remember, first of all, his perilous attacks are always going to either be a sweep or a thrust. He does have a grab, but if he does the grab, it's going to be very few and far in between. Just focus on the sweep and the thrust attack. Second thing you need to remember is the bow. He always uses the bow when you're at distance. Now the bow can also lead to a lunging attack or a jumping attack, which you need to be ready for. But basically, distance with Genichiro does not mean that you can heal. So you're going to want to pay attention to his fight patterns, and you're going to want to deflect. As soon as you get a good deflect on, you want to punish with one, maybe two, at most two, never three, strike backs, and then be ready to deflect again. Don't get greedy. And in the third phase, even though the boss fight says he only has two phases, there is a third phase. Be ready to deflect his lightning attacks. So Genichiro, basically on the story right now, he is trying to tempt, not really tempt, but try to convince the Divine Heir to give him the dragon's heritage, just like he gave it to you. And Kuro said no, and you showed up. Now you're here to break Kuro out, right? So this is kind of like a mid-game showdown. And this is where the game is really going to start opening up.
Shinobi. I think that's...
He always opens up with there's the thrust, but he always opens up with that bow attack. Get ready to deflect. Yep, there we go. Even though the bow attack doesn't do any posture damage to him, always be ready to deflect the bow attack. And Mikiri, I like punishing with Ichimonji because it lowers my posture. And there we go. Roll away when he does this because he goes into a loop. Once he's in that loop, you can punish right after. Boom. Let him do his thing. Don't force the fight. Just let him do his thing. First phase done. Only one hit. Alright, now we're going to get into the middle. It's going to be a little bit different. Instead of thrust, he's going to do a lot more sweeps. Every time he pulls out a bow, you can punish. Ichimonji, break his posture down. Then get ready to deflect. Boom. Deflect. Oh, he did the grab. So there's the grab I was talking about. And I mean, he really punishes on the grab, so be ready for that. It's a killer on posture. Alright, now we're back even. And we're just starting over. If you have to heal, not a big deal. Just heal up and go back to neutral. Start over. He's losing health, so that means his posture is going to go up. And you don't really have to worry about it because you got the gourd seed. Jump. Jump off his head. Punish. Back away when he goes into his loop. He shoots his bow. That's fine. Genichiro. And punish. Alright, phase 3. So this is where you have to look out for the lightning. So you're going to back away because it's going to go into a cutscene. Do a little bit of lore.
Impressive, shinobi of the divine air. You deserve better. Would you not answer to a different lord?
Heresy.
Wolf ain't on that betrayal shit.
If it is for the sake of preserving Ashina. I will seize any manner of heretical strength. I will not do any burden.
Alright, so now we're going to change over from fighting Genichiro of Ashina to Way of Tomoe Genichiro. So he's going to have the lightning effect with him. Just always be ready. Whenever you see that kanji pop up above his head, he's going to do a lightning attack. He's going to start off with a thrust. Get ready to Genichiro. Boom. Punish. And send it back just like that. And you can get some free hits while he's recovering. Send it back. Free hits while he's recovering. Jump off his head. And he's already almost posture broken. Back up. Get ready to deflect the bow. No bow. Punish. Deflect. And that's Genichiro down. Boom. Easy fight. Once you get the flow of the combat, it's a really, really simple fight. Alright, so memory of Genichiro, as the code dictates, the wolf swore vengeance on Genichiro Ashina. So this is where we get our ninjutsu. It's going to be smoke screen. So basically every time you sneak up on an enemy and get a death blow in, if you pop this ability, it's going to use some of your spirit emblems and it'll make you invisible to nearby enemies again, to where you can kind of chain assassinate as long as you have the spirit emblems to do so. Alright, so another cutscene. We'll let the scene play out.
You were victorious, I see.
Are you?
I mean you no harm. Shinobi of the divine Lord Genichiro. Is this the rejuvenating waters?
Ashina, this land is everything to me. For her sake. I will shed humanity itself.
Resurrection.
Yes. Indeed. Sorrow.
So this isn't the last we'll see of Genichiro, but it will be for a good amount of time. Alright, so we got the sculptor we can rest at. Can rest, regain your gourds, but you won't need them for a little bit. Talk to Emma.
At long last, I've managed to fulfill my master's orders. I give you my thanks.
Who exactly do you serve?
Ishin Ashina. I am a doctor in the service of Lord Ishin.
Why were you ordered to help me?
Lord Ishin has no desire to use the power of the dragon's heritage. That is why
He tried to help Lord Kuro escape Ashina.
Correct.
The message I found in the well, that was your doing?
Also correct. My duties have concluded. But there's someone I think you'd like to see. Lord Kuro is downstairs. There's someone, Lord...
Alright, so let's go talk to Kuro. First time since the very beginning of the game, but first let's rest at this idol. Why they have two idols right next to each other, I don't know.
I have come for you, my lord.
Yes, you did well to come here.
Let us go. We must leave Ashina.
Wolf, my blood. The blood of the dragon causes men to become undying. The same goes for you.
Yes, my lord.
I wish to save you. I'm sure that I would do the same thing given another chance. However, undying begets stagnation. The immortal oath, the rejuvenating waters, the dragon rot, they all corrupt men to the point that they no longer live as men. I wish to sever the chains of stagnation bred by the dragon's heritage. Wolf, will you help me achieve this aim?
I cannot. To protect you, the divine heir. That was the duty my father entrusted to me.
How many times have you died and come back to life for my sake? 2, 3 times? Or perhaps a number so large that it cannot be counted?
That was me on my first playthrough.
Defending my lord, the number does not matter.
I do not wish to bind you to an eternity of undeath. Wolf, join me in my quest to sever the ties of immortality.
As you wish.
Thank you, loyal wolf.
Alright, so no matter what option you pick, you're gonna end up agreeing with them.
If we are seeking to sever the immortal ties, I know a good place to start. Wolf, look at this.
Alright, so Immortal Severance Text, a book from Kuro on the art of severing ties with the dragon's heritage. It looks old, the binding is torn and several pages are missing. Herein describes the means to perform the rite of immortal severance. Beyond the Fountainhead Palace, locate the sanctuary and imbibe the tears of the holy dragon of the divine realm.
It's an ancient record that was kept in Ashina Castle.
Sacred dragon tears from the divine realm.
Yes, it is my belief that with the dragon tears, it may be possible to sever the dragon's heritage.
But the divine realm? How do we...
I know. Wolf, that incense burner over there, it belonged to a person of interest. Take a look.
Alright, so let's go take a look.
Is there something special about it?
I'm told that long ago, there was another divine heir living here in Ashina Castle. His name was Lord Takeru. This incense burner belonged to him.
Where is he now?
He died a long time ago, apparently, wrapped in the aroma of the fountainhead. I returned to the divine realm. Those are supposedly the words he left behind.
You're saying the scent of the fountainhead is the key to reaching the divine realm.
That is my belief. Wolf, let us discover the truth together.
Alright, so
Now,
kind of already
as to how we
beat
begin our
him to
search,
some of these.
I am certain some of Lord Takeru's books remain in this castle. Books that he collected in order to find the divine realm. I will search for them.
In addition to finding a way to reach the divine realm, might we also look into how we might sever the immortal ties?
A fine suggestion. Talk to Ishi. If anyone knows the answer, it is him. Wolf, come with me.
Alright, so we're going to follow Kuro. Now we've already found some of these pages that were missing out of this book. We just haven't hit that point in the dialogue yet. But that's what we went to Senpo Temple to do.
Lord Ishin is not within this castle citadel. I'm told he is recuperating in one of these watchtowers. However, the path to his watchtower is closed. His health is a little...
How do I get in?
On the roof, there's a path patrolled by the Nightjar Ninja. It's intended for shinobi, but I imagine that won't be a problem for you.
I've heard the Nightjar use smoke signals as landmarks.
Yes, so if you follow their smoke signals, you should be able to reach Lord Ishin, and you can use this window to reach the roof. Find Lord Ishin, and he's recuperating and reach the roof.
Alright, so let's go ahead and just make sure there's no items around here. I know there's one or two. Yep. Scrap magnetite, we need that. And then there is a shinobi door somewhere in here. Let's go make sure. Alright, so Kuro hasn't opened that door yet. So we're going to go through here. And we're going to go talk to Ishin about how to sever the immortal ties. So you can see the Nightjar path. One is here. I could have swore I saw an item on one of these. No? Okay. Yeah, so you're going to see this path basically leading from house to house. Just going to jump and zip line across. And here's Ishin right here. Now, Ishin is a very interesting character. He's going to be a reoccurring character in the later half of the game.
About the Divine Heir's life,
Yes?
there is something I wish to ask.
Before that, sake.
What?
You earned it. Take it.
Alright, unrefined sake. It's a bottle of cloudy unrefined sake given by Ishin. Sake is a drink meant for sharing. This cloudy sake is one of Ishin Ashina's favorite. It has a rich, full-bodied flavor. On the other hand, it has a reputation for getting one too drunk too quickly.
My grandson, Genichiro, was bewitched by the rejuvenating waters. You did well to put a stop to that for me. You have my thanks.
I merely followed the code my father taught me.
Ah, the Iron Code of the Shinobi. I see. So you're the son of Owl. That boy he found during the rebellion.
Yes.
And your travels brought you here. The bonds that tie us are so deeply amusing. Don't you think, Sekiro? So what do you wish to know?
Alright, so at this point we're going to ask him about the immortal severance.
To sever the ties of immortality. I want to know how it can be done.
The mortal blade. If you had such a weapon, it may be the key to what you are after.
The mortal blade.
With it, you could kill one who cannot die through normal means.
One who cannot die.
The infested, I believe they are called. I have not seen one before, but it said you could stab them through the heart, or remove their head, and they wouldn't die. If the stories are true, they'd surely be quite fearsome. To kill a monster such as that, you'd need the mortal blade.
Alright, so we need to get the mortal blade.
Where is this mortal blade?
Find out where it's
I
at.
heard it's held in Senpo Temple. However, they say the mortal blade cannot be drawn.
What do you mean?
I am not certain of the meaning. It's just hearsay. The gates to that temple are closed now, though. Who knows what those degenerates are doing shut away up there in the mountains. There aren't any decent roads leading there.
Alright, so now we're going to get him drunk. Let's give him the Ashina sake.
I brought sake.
Smart thinking, my boy. Let me see. That's some good sake. This is how we drank when we won our battles. The people of Ashina, together as one.
Could you tell me about the rebellion.
Oh, the rebellion. We just took back what was stolen from us.
That's...
Before this land was... It's a place where we, the Ashina people, lived. Where the waters flowed straight from the source. We were a people who loved our country dearly. And we made good sake to boot. But we were heretics. And we were weak. Naturally, we were overrun. Trampled into submission for many long, excruciating years. We couldn't even pray at the water from the springs. The way we were then. Even good sake couldn't get us truly drunk.
But then, the world fell into chaos.
Yes. Amidst the chaos that was Japan. The endless casualties. The flames of war. We found the perfect opportunity to take back our land. But now, it's a place of death. It's a bitter thing indeed.
All right, so we're gonna treat him to the monkey booze.
I have something for you.
Ah, Sekiro. You know me well. Why, this isn't monkey booze. So this is what it's like to breathe fire. Do you know what other name this sake goes by?
I don't.
You don't? They call it Shura's wine. They killed one once, long ago. Shura, or something very much like it.
What is Shura, exactly?
Those who go on killing will eventually become Shura. They don't even remember why. Simply enraptured. They kill solely for the joy it brings them. I see it in your eyes, too. The shadow of Shura. Give me cause, and I will kill you. It would do you well to remember that.
I see.
And he is not playing. He will kill you.
You're leaving, Sekiro. Severing immortality. That will be quite the battle. And in battle, the plans and desires of those involved churn endlessly. If you hesitate, you'll be swept away.
And lose the battle.
That's right. Best you keep it in mind. Sekiro, hesitate, and you lose.
Yep, hesitation is defeat. All right, this is a good stopping point for this episode. We'll pick up from right here and move on in the next episode to the second half of the game. Catch you then.